So this is a nice user interface that we see on a smartphone. So this is a Nokia 96, and this is where cardholders would download an application to their smartphone and be able to see the texts in this kind of nice format. And it gives the cardholder the ability to change their settings, and that they could potentially only see, if they wanted to, only see their SMS for above a certain amount. So instead of seeing all SMSs for all transactions, they can maybe see transactions for above £20 or above £100. They could maybe set it up for international transactions, or to see only cash ATM transactions or retail purchases. So it gives the ability for the cardholder to customise and set their preferences as they please. Okay, so this is just for demonstration purposes. It is a user interface that cardholders would download to their iPhone, and it gives the cardholder the ability to customise incoming alerts when they want to see them. So if a cardholder wanted to potentially look at various transactions and keep a note of what they've spent, they can do that. And they could email an issuer if they wanted to query a particular transaction, or they didn't recognise a transaction, or call customer services. So that's what they could do. And hopefully this should be available in the next year or so. Okay, so this is a Nokia 6212. It has special NFC capability, so there's a special antenna embedded in the phone just here. And what happens is I'm able to make contactless payments for below €20 using contactless capability. And anything above €20, I can enter in a passcode for extra security. I'll give you an example. So, for example, the low value payment is anything below €20. So I'll put in €5. All I do is I hold the phone up to the reader, and the transaction takes place. So it says on the terminal that it's accepted, and it tells me on my phone that the payment's complete. So I've just made a purchase of €5. What's really interesting is what happens for high value transactions. So I'm going to do a €30 transaction. I hold the phone up to the reader, and it's asking me to look at the phone for more instructions. Because it's a higher value transaction, it's asking me for a passcode, which I enter in the phone. I hold the phone up to the reader, so it's like a two-tap system for a high value transaction.
So if we look at what's happening today with application development just globally, we're seeing lots of really exciting trends in app stores, applications being developed for different handset operating systems, Android, iPhone, Symbian, Windows. But fundamentally, those user interfaces that drive a core payment technology sitting in a chip inside the mobile phone are dependent on the actual handsets themselves and the operating system. So what we've done as Visa is we've partnered with O2 and G&D to essentially test out our Visa mobile payment application on a SIM card using smart card web server technology that enables a user interface to be displayed on the device. It's kind of like, you can imagine it's sort of like a baby server that sits on the SIM card, and using the network, the information to populate the user interface is actually obtained from the network and brought down to the SIM card. So in the future, we anticipate that this technology will be incorporated into a number of mobile handsets, and will really enable consumers a much easier way to port mobile payments applications on their SIM from one handset to another. So literally take the SIM card out of the mobile phone, put it into another smart card web server enabled mobile handset without interrupting payments. So this is not something that's going to happen within the next year, probably not even within the next 2 years. But what we're doing as Visa, in addition to rolling out products and services that we intend on commercializing over the next year, we also have our eyes posed to the future about what other technologies can really make payments easier and more consumer friendly.